Hey guys, I'm Rob and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Now before we get into today's brand new model review, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please do. It really does help the channel grow. Don't forget to click that bell notification so you don't miss any of the latest videos. And if you can, give the video a thumbs up. It really does help the algorithm and helps the channel grow. I do give a free model away every 5,000 subscribers, so the quicker the channel grows, the more free models I can give away to you guys. So that will really help out the channel growing. So please do consider doing all those three things. Okay, let's get into today's brand new model review. Now I've actually had quite a few models on pre-order from BBR Models in Italy, some almost a year ago, and I've even got one that's almost 2 years and it's still not here yet. So there's been a bit of a delay with releases of models, I guess due to COVID last year. It's really slowed things down, but I did have one arrive yesterday, so I'm filming this today for you guys, and what I have to show you is the brand new BBR Models Ferrari 488 Challenge EVO 2020. It's a bit of a mouthful, that one. Now, I did already do a review last year on the 488 Challenge car, but this EVO version has a lot more aggressive aero on it than that one. I sold that one on because I knew that this one was coming out and I wanted to replace the standard Challenge car with this EVO version, and this is in the presentation paint scheme as well, which has got some fantastic graphics on the body. Now, this is limited to 200 pieces, and this is the first time ever that I've actually received a #1 model from BBR. So not sure whether I was the first one to pre-order this Challenge EVO model or I just got lucky, I'm not sure, but I did receive #1. All right, we've reviewed a ton of BBR models before, especially Ferraris, so they come in this plain red box, a little bit of silver BBR branding and a little label on the bottom which says what model is inside. Now, BBR models can be purchased with or without a plexiglass display case, and even though I do display all my models in a dustproof display case, I still do order them with plexiglass display case in case I sell the models on. They definitely get a higher price if you do have the plexiglass display case. Now, this is the brand new BBR Ferrari 488 Challenge EVO, and this is a really cool looking model. As I said, some super aggressive aero on this one compared to the standard Challenge car. So what we'll do, we'll get this out, we'll put it on the turntable and we'll have a closer look at this brand new model from BBR Models. Okay, so this is the brand new BBR Models Ferrari 488 Challenge EVO 2020. Now, this is a great looking model. I really do love the livery on this thing. It is finished in Rosso Corsa 322 red, and then you've got all the silver and white striping on the body as well. There's a ton of carbon fiber and there's a ton of good details on this model as well. But let's start with the base. So this one comes on a black leather base with the red stitching. BBR also always do an awesome job on these logos here. So you've got Challenge 488 Challenge EVO badge on there. You've got a little Ferrari Scuderia shield on the back here, and then you've got your limited edition plaque as well. So you can see limited to 200 pieces, and this is #1. So as I said, first time I've ever received a #1. Now, you can remove these models from the base. If you flip them over, they just have felt on the bottom, so you can actually feel where the screw holes are with your finger. Just cut a little bit of the felt out and you can unscrew the model from the base. Now, as I said, always impressive, the paint finish on BBR models, and you'd expect that. They are a high-end resin model, so the paintwork is very good, very consistent, no flaws anywhere in the model, and really nice application of the decals as well. So all the striping decals on the body, down the side, there's some decals on the roof, and there's some decals on the back of the model as well. But let's get into the details of this model. So one thing I'm going to start with is the headlights. So as you can see here, The 488 headlights are rather large, but they're color blanked off. So the whole top section of the headlight is body color, and just a little bit of an opening on the bottom, similar to what they did on the FXXK EVO as well. So I really like that. What you can see actually has good detail and is nice, super clear plastics used in the headlights. Now there's a lot of carbon fiber on this model as well. As you can see, all the new revised air inlet scoops here, which protrude out from the body quite a lot. These are all new with the EVO. It's all in carbon fiber. You do have a nice little metal red tow hook here, and of course you do have photo etched mesh grills in all the front openings. There are some graphics on the side splitters here. You've got your silver and white striping on the red side splitters, and there's a little bit of mesh in the center part as well. So really nice detail on the front of this model. Lots of carbon fiber and some graphics as well. Now you do have a nice little Ferrari emblem on the nose. That is actually a decal on this model. It's not 3D at all, it's quite flat. And you do have some nice hood pins as well here, some metal photo etched hood pins on the front hood. The front hood does have all this venting in here and louver blades, but that is blanked off, so you can see that there's no mesh in there, it's just solid black. Now we do have twin canards either side, so these are actually quite well detailed as well. They're obviously in body color, but you do have some little rivets underneath the bottom edge of these that attach those to the sides of the front bumper bar. So yeah, and there's also actually two more vents in here, which is just behind the front bumper bar, and these actually have a little black mesh insert in there as well. So quite a bit going on the front of this model car. There is another little change with the EVO that I could see, is that it has these little air deflectors on the side of these scoops. So the original Challenge car did have these sets of 3 scoops, but it didn't have the little raised sections either side. And another little thing I noticed also, it has a little vertical edge here with a tricolore stripe on it as well. I'm pretty sure that my last standard Challenge model did not have that little air deflector on there as well. Now if we move around, there's actually some more bonnet pins at the back of the front bonnet here, or front hood, however you want to call it, and there is a metal windscreen wiper on here as well. Now if we move around to the side of the car here, we do have the beautiful BBR Scuderia shields on the side here. There is still a little turn signal underneath that. They've done a good job on the mirrors, and another addition with the EVO is this little side winglets and side end plate which sit underneath the mirror. Now that's something new to this Challenge EVO car as well. So pretty cool there. They are finished in carbon fiber, same as the little mirror triangle area here is also in carbon fiber. Now the material they use for the windows in this model are super clear plastics, no distortion, and you've got a good view to the interior. And obviously the driver's side here has a race style sliding window. Now if we move to the rear quarter window section, these are actually filled in. These are in a carbon fiber finish as well, with a race fuel filler. Now it's got one of those on both sides, so there's one on this side as well. And if we look at these air inlets here on the 488, there's actually some photo etch mesh pieces in there as well, which is really quite cool. Now they do have a nice big sill on this race car. This one is just in matte black with the decals throughout the body, but there's more carbon fiber at the back of the model. Now this huge rear wing on this Challenge EVO has metal wing legs. There's a little bit of movement in it, but it is pretty strong. There is the tiny little holes in the wing legs as well for the adjustment. The wing blade itself is full carbon fiber, as you can see. The underside is carbon fiber also, as well as the end plates. These are all in carbon fiber as well, and of course you've got some white graphics on there also. Now if we flip the model over and have a look, it does have a nice clear engine lid, but there are some extra vents here on the body, and these have large sections of photo etched mesh in there also. and we continue on. There's a lot more carbon fiber on the back of the model, but first they've done a great job on these tail lights. Super clear resins or plastics are used for these red tail lights. It does have carbon fiber in these side vents. Now these are just a solid piece of mesh in these side ducts, but the main sections through here above the rear diffuser are all real open mesh. It does have another red metal tow hook on the back here also. You've got your rain light in the center of the diffuser, and obviously your exhaust tips there as well. And there's some nice detail up the top here as well with the air jack nozzle. Third brake light on the top of the body there as usual, and you've got your little chrome Cavallino badge on there as well. So really good details on the back of this model, and that wing is just awesome. Absolutely love it. So maybe you get a better view there. You can actually see all the little holes through the rear wing legs. So really quite nice. So while we're talking about the top of the model here, there's actually some more metal photo etched hood pins on the rear engine lid. As you can see, it's super clear plastics are used here, and there's really a ton of detail in this engine. So this really low mounted V8 twin turbo is actually detailed quite good. All the top, the heads are in red, and there's an array of piping and hoses running through that engine bay as well. So really good detail in this model, and I'm really quite happy with it. It is a sealed resin model, but you do get a pretty good view of the engine and the interior. So if you're looking for a really high quality model of this challenge race car, this is it, folks. Now let's talk about the interior. So it is a race car, so primarily it is a stripped out interior. It's pretty much all black again, but it does have some nice details in there. The dash is all pretty much matte black, as well as the door trims. It does have a full matte black roll cage inside the model as well. Hopefully there's not too much glare there. It does have one big single driver's seat in there with some say-belt harnesses, which they've done a good job on. Good job on the steering wheel and the race pedals. And it does have the TV screen in the center, which is the rear camera, because there's no visibility out the back window of this car. And it does have all the ECU and engine modules, which are on the passenger side back firewall, which would be traditionally behind a seat if there was one. So this is a single seater, but really good details. Hopefully you can see in there, the steering wheel looks awesome in this thing. And yeah, I'm actually really impressed with this model. So I do collect my challenge Ferrari race cars, and this was a no-brainer to get this one. Now it is available in a ton of colors at the moment on BBRModelstore.com. I even checked this morning and they had a chrome green version, which looked pretty crazy, but I've just bought this one, so can't get the chrome green. But keep an eye on their website, because they are releasing quite a few different colors of this model, and if you're a Ferrari collector, it's a no-brainer. You've got to add this one to the collection. But if you just collect race cars, it's a really good race car model, and BBR Models in Italy have done a fantastic job on it. Now I didn't mention the wheels, but they have got this fantastic Challenge 2020 style wheel on the model with a black center lock. Of course it's running the Pirelli slick tires, and they've done a great job on the brake rotors and the brake calipers in there as well. So front and rear, really good job on the wheels, tires and brakes setup. And obviously the stance of this model looks pretty good to me. It's just sitting where it should be. So look, overall, I'm really impressed with this model. I think it looks fantastic. Now, if I'm going to give this one a Rob score out of 10, look, I'm going to give this a good 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a really good model. At least you get to see quite a bit of engine detail on this model with the rear glass window. That makes it a little bit better. But obviously, the graphics are just applied directly to the paint, so they're not under a clear coat. In some areas, they do look a little bit dull compared to the super shiny red paintwork. But look, at the end of the day, all models are made to a certain price, and you can't have everything, including decals, under the clear coat. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's a really good effort by BBR Models, and I'm going to give that one an 8.5 out of 10. So that's pretty much going to wrap up today's review of this brand new BBR Models Ferrari 488 Challenge EVO. As I said at the start of the video, if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that bell notification and smash that like button if you can. Really helps the channel grow, and I can give away more free models to you guys. So yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video review of this brand new model. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments section below and I'll be sure to answer them. But until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.